in that room right over there, my living room, there's a pole. I like to move sensually. I like to teach people how to move in their bodies. I'm working with women who are 50 years old plus because I'm like, come on, y'all. I ain't ready to say what society says about us. I'm
That's
like,
right.
don't tell me what to do with my hips and my pole dancing or whatever because I love it and it makes me happy.
Yes.
They can find me at theemotionalinstitute.com. We have everything posted there, grief rituals. I work with people privately who need to move emotions. I am an emotional release coach, and I help work with that body, that beautiful body of yours, to just move and be more free in the world. My sensual classes are for 50 over, but all my other classes are for any age.
Oh, I love it.
One of the great joys, and it's so bizarre to say, one of my joys is grief. But I say that because we carry, everyone, but Black people in particular,
Yeah.
we carry grief. And what I appreciate about Francis Weller's Wild Edge of Sorrow, in his book, he pinned grief. So we're familiar with one of the stages of one of the gateways of grief. We're talking gateways, not stages. And gateways are ways of categorizing grief. Like, what am I grieving? We know I'm sorry for your loss. We know that
Yeah.
the first gateway of grief is that what we love, we will lose. So that could be a person, a home, a pet, our freedom.
Yeah.
We are familiar with that. But the other gateways of grief, there is what I expected and did not receive.
Hmm.
That is like the benefit of the doubt, that my opinion would matter, that I would be celebrated.
Oh,
Yeah. Another gateway of grief,
yes.
ancestral grief. This is the grief that's passed on from mother to child. My mom grieved, my grandmother grieved, her mother grieved. And you're carrying that in the body.
Yes.
The child can sense the grief and feel the grief and get it. It's in their cells and it is passed from mother to child.
Wow.
Our people have grieved for a very long time.
Yes.
So
Premature deaths.
yes. And that we can't put our finger on it. It feels old. It doesn't even feel like ours. So we can't
Yes.
pinpoint it. We inherited some grief.
Yes.
Sorrow for the world. Sorrow for the world is when something is so big, racism, a pandemic, global warming, you pick it, something that's just gigantic and you don't know how you can positively affect it. Homelessness, things that are just like, I don't know how my little bit it can make a difference, or how did I contribute to this thing. It's just something so big that you just can't quite, things.
Yes.
And the other is the parts of me that did not know love.
Wow.
My sexuality, my skin, my dreams, my hopes. So these are areas, and there's another area that is not penned by Francis Weller, but it's also shame for grieving. So good Lord, not only are you grieving, but then you feel bad for grieving and don't want to grieve too much because, so now you're trying to
Right.
grieve within
Because her grief is worse than my grief.
Okay, and then we're comparing griefs and whatever, and I shouldn't grieve because I didn't lose my this, that, and the other.
Right.
So my grief really doesn't matter.
Right.
So then there's that. So the thing about grieving, I love having grief rituals. I literally do this. It feels like midwifing people into a new way. There's this fear that grief, if you go there, you'll never come back.
Right.
Now, what a great lesson to learn to stop people from going there.
Right.
But when you don't go there, I love to think of grief like this, because I like to give people, I think in pictures sometimes. If you step in a pile of shit
Mm-hmm.
and you don't take that shoe and get into the grooves and clean it off, you take that stench with you throughout every step of your life.
Track it through people's houses.
The grief is with you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We have to look at it. We have to allow grief to move in its own natural way. We need to stop saying I'm fine when I'm fucked up. Putting on that face, that mask. We've been wearing masks long before a pandemic. We have to stop that. We have to be honest. We have to be willing to be honest, because that also teaches the next generation that they don't have to put on these masks, that they can do something more real, more authentic, more vulnerable, yes,
Yeah.
but they also live differently and happily and more embodied as a
Yes.
result.
This work is so important. My God, especially coming out of this year that we just had, all this loss. I
Totally.
mean, it's just, I can't even imagine. And everybody's just trying to
Trying to
go
go back.
on like
Trying to go
nothing
forward.
happened.
So now where are we going back to? Let's go forward. Let's use this time. I feel like, you know what? Pearls are created from irritation. We have certainly experienced irritation in the past year.
My
So
God.
do something different.
That's
Open
right.
your mouth, use your body, take a class, learn something, grab a microphone, raise your hand, do something.
Yes.
Have an orgasm, do something.
Hey, give an orgasm. Hey.
Exactly. Exactly. Get curious about one another's body, your own body. Take the time, slow down.
Now's the time to
It is.
explore, be curious, cry, explore your emotions, take a dance class.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Move your body.
Yes.
Turn on some music. Let your children see you move and dance.
Oh my
They've
God.
seen you work hard. Show them something else.